Hello guys, welcome to another session of tutorial with Victor, and then on this tutorial is another mixing session of tutorial. So we're going to be taking this as a continuation for our last tutorial, which we talk about the cleaning of vocal before mixing. So if you haven't watched that, you should pause this video, go down there and watch our last tutorial so that you can be able to follow us up on what I am about to do and what we are to do in this mix. So without no wasting much time, let's take a look at the vocals that we have. Let's play through and let's listen to it mixed, then we take off the plugin, then we can start applying to other stuff we can do. So let's get down.
My baby, take me to the other side. I got you, cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl. I got you, you're everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down for you. Baby, do you know that I love you? For the bottom of my heart, yeah, I got you. That you make me feeling great, that I want you. Everything that you say, girl, I want you. Anything when you tell me, make me smile soon. I go on today for your love fee. Baby girl, you are everything I want. I will give you everything I'm singing. Baby girl, you are the best. And I know that you know that I give you all. Baby, you the best. And I know, do you know that you make me feel so great? Baby, do you know that I want you? Anything what you say make me want you.
Now this is a mix that we have, and so I am going to be taking off the plugins of the mix one after the other so that we can be able to mix this from start for the understanding of the beginners. So let's take this off, take everything off. So let's take this off, take everything off. Now I've taken everything off. So from our last tutorial, we added our auto tune and some kind of cleaning plugin like compressing and some background noise remover. So on this tutorial now, we are not going to be adding our auto tune to it anymore. So the first plugin, let's listen to it raw before we know what to do. So I'll be turning off the instrumental. So let me be turning it off. Okay,
my baby, take me to the other side. I got you, cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl. I got you, you're everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down for you. Baby, do you know that I love you? For the bottom of my heart, yeah, I got you. That you make me feeling great.
So now what we are going to start to do now, we are going to start adding our plugins to it to make this vocal sound very clean and nice. So our first plugin that we are going to be adding is a explosive plugin. This is a explosive plugin from Isotope. So what this explosive plugin does, I talk about it in my last tutorial. So removing some kind of a pop like plosive in our mix. So we use it to just remove it. So if you want to learn more about the example of this, you can watch the other video so that you get to understand what we are trying to do. That is the reason why I'm trying to like refer you back to the other video so that you can be able to follow us up on this video. So now let's talk about our next plugin that we are going to add. We are going to be adding virtual mix rack, and this is a digital plugin. You can see a virtual mix track. This is a virtual mix track, and it's a very nice and very good plugin that I use sometimes to brush up my vocals to make it sound nice and make it stand out. So let's take a look at what I did. So this is going to be on a special tutorial also if you really want to know about this virtual mix track, because I think I can go into it in details because it might eat up the hours of the minutes of our tutorial, and I don't want it to be that. So I don't want you to stay long while watching tutorials. So let's see what we do. So we have a lot of plugin here which I basically use. All I did was just to look for anyone I want to use and just drag them into the circle, and then I have it. So we are not making use of this today, so we are taking it off. So the first stuff we used was a customized series equalizer. So what I basically did with the customized equalizer, let me be turning off every other stuff we have used. I'll be turning this off now. So I'll be turning this off also. So right, so what we are basically going to be doing now is that we are going to be talking about our denoiser first. So what I basically do was adding the denoiser to it to remove noise from our background noise. So I just added a background remover of noise. Like, let me play it through. Let's listen to how it sound with it.
Take me to the other side, I got you, cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You're everything I need.
So basically I use it to remove some kind of little frequency of noise at the background that doesn't want to be in this mix, to be in this vocal. So I use it to remove some noise. So next what I did was to be adding I added an equalizer, customized series on equalizer, and I have to like raise it up to 10k, leave it as normal, leave this as normal, leave the rest as normal, and then bring this down to about 40. You can also copy my my preset if you want, because I told you guys this should be on a special course, because explaining about virtual mix track is something that we need to take time to do, maybe a special course. So here I have to like turn this up to about 200 dB, 200, yeah. So I came down to this place, I didn't touch anything here, and the rest are just the same, and it sounds this way.
Take me to the other side, I got you, cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You're everything I need.
So I come to use my equalizer to equalize up some kind of stuff here, which is turning up my bed. This is just an EQ, but it's not just the regular visual EQ you see. It's just an EQ that you can use to remove and also to boost, which you can also do with the other EQ. You can choose to use any other EQ you want, but I just want to use some kind of analog feelings on this. That is the reason why I'm basically using this. So now what I did here was just to boost some high end a little bit, so adding some kind of high end to it, boost it a little bit, and then come to this place. I also like boosted a little bit of this part also. Then I come to this aspect, like walk through it. You can also copy the state setting just as I said. So the rest, and I didn't touch anything concerning this. I just came down to this place, and then I didn't touch anything concerning this place, and it sounds let me turn on, and it sounds this way.
Take me to the other side, I got you, cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You're everything.
So now the next thing I have to add to this was to add an air EQ to it. So what I basically did with the air EQ was to just to tune this a little bit, to add some kind of little bit of shining, or can I say high end to it. Let's play it and see what it sounds, and why I turn it up, you listening to it very well.
Take me to the other side, I got you, cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby.
So I just add a little of it, don't add too much to it, because when you add too much to it, I think your ear is going to be in trouble with that. So I just add a little of that to it. So the next thing I basically add was my custom classic tube. So what this classic tube does is just like a mic emulation. So we try to like emulate some kind of mic that we really want. So as you can see, we have a lot of microphone here that we can use. So for instance, if you're an artist or a producer who doesn't have that kind of costly microphone, you are trying to manage up, or sorry to say, maybe a low budget microphone, what you have to do, maybe sometimes, one of the things I know about microphone is that sometimes some kind of low budget microphone sound good on an artist's voice. Why some doesn't even sound good on another artist's voice. So they are just different. Microphone are just for different kind of style of music and different kind of voice and all these things. So for me, I'm using a B1 Behringer. So I decided to like emulate a microphone which is the FG80, FG800. So I just, let's put it on and see how the mic sound in different mode. So let's see how it sounds.
Take me to the other side, I got you.
So watch me when I change to other microphone and you will see the difference in the voice. Let's go.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I spy. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You're everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down for you. Baby, do you know that I love you? For the bottom of my heart, yeah, I got you. That you make me feeling great, that I want you. Everything that you say, girl, I want you. Anything when you tell me, make me smile soon. I go on today for your loving. Baby girl, you are everything I want. I will give you everything I'm singing. Baby girl, you are the best. And I know that you know that I give you all. Baby, you the best. And I know. Do you know that you make me feel so great? Baby, do you know that I want you? Anything when you say make me want you. I go give you love, baby, want you. Anything you say, girl, I want you.
So what do you think about this? I think let me say I like this FG12. Let's take a look at the FG12.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I spy. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl. Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I spy. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You're everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down for you. Baby, do you know that I love you? For the bottom of my heart, yeah, I got.
So I think we should go for the FGM7. I think it's nice for these basic vocals because some kind of the high-end control. We don't want some kind of stuff that our DSR might not be able to control later. So we might come back to change our microphone later. That is mixed for you. So let's talk about our intensity. What I basically did with the intensity was to just drag it to about 122%. You can take your own all the way to anywhere you feel like it's best for you, but for me, I think the middle range is nice, and that is the reason why I put it there. So our next plugin that we added about concerning this was supposed to be our reviver. So let's add up our reviver for more lesson. Let me search for reviver. I can't find our reviver. Yeah, I got it. So this is our reviver. So that is the next plugin we are going to be adding. So this is our reviver, and then we're going to be turning it on while we revive it a little bit to about 12%. Let's listen to it.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I spy. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You're everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down for you, baby.
So you can see that there is a much difference concerning this. So let's turn off our mix rack and see how it sounds without it.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want.
Now let's turn it on and see.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I spy. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You're everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down.
So you can see that there is much difference when we use this. So that was all I used concerning the virtual mix rack. So if you feel confused about what I just did, that's why I said we should have a special tutorial for this. For those who are willing to learn, can drop a comment below and request for this tutorial. and I will go into it in detail, and we are going to be talking about that. So our next plugin that we are going to be adding is a saturation plugin. This is a Saturn 2 from Fat Filter, and basically what we are going to be using this Saturn 2 was just a little touch, like we are going to be like touch this, go to this, select our warm transformer. You can see when I do that, I just try to drive it a little bit to about 29%, and let's see the way it sound.
Take me to the other side, I got you, cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I spy.
So what I do with this Saturn 5 filter Saturn 2 is to just saturate my plugin a little bit, and that is basically what I did with it. I didn't do much about it, just that very simple, and that is all I did concerning the Saturn 2. Now let's take a look at another plugin that I really add to this plugin, which is a vocal doubler. This is a vocal doubler, and this is from Isotope, and it's a very nice and very cool plugin which I use sometimes to make my vocals sound nice. So I have to like, okay, when I added this to it, then I have to reduce the amount of effects to about 32%. So let's turn it on and see.
Take me to the other side, I got you.
So I'm going to be turning this all the way up. So let's see what we are adding and see.
Take me to the other side, I got you, cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I spy. But you know that I got your love, baby.
So that is basically what I use the vocal doubler to do, and this is on Isotope. It's not free though, but you can get it. I think there is a free version for it. So let's take a look at another plugin that we add, which is the Fresh Air. This is a Fresh Air from Slate Digital, and what I basically did with the Fresh Air is just to add some kind of balance and some kind of air form to it, and let's listen to it with it.
Take me to the other side, I got you, cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I spy. But you know,
you can see that how this is sounding is that I just add some kind of air, 5% of air at the high end, and then at the mid range I added around 5% to it also, the present to it also, and that is what I basically did when I mix this. So in your own case, your vocals is different from my own vocals, so you can also adjust to your own. You can even raise it up to even a 10% depending on the kind of vocal you are mixing. So that is all. So let's take a look at another plugin that we use so far. I use an EQ. This is an EQ3 from Fat Filter also. So what I basically use this EQ for is that I use it to remove some kind of rumbles from this aspect, cut down some kind of lows, which is, let's listen to it.
anytime I see you, I spy.
So I just cut down some kind of stuff because the pattern of song that we are doing is just kind of noisy and some kind of stuff. We need all those things, so I didn't take much out of it. I just take a little out of it. So let's take a look at the mid-range. I decided to boost the mid-range a little bit to add some kind of present to it, so that it will not overshadow. So let's take it to, I think it's about 0.76 dB. It's not even up to 1 dB. So that was what I basically did here. So I came to this aspect. This is a harshness I really don't like. Let's listen to it.
You everything I want. Anytime I see you, I take me to the other.
So what I basically did here was to remove some kind of minus 7.70 something hertz out of it to make my vocal sound cleaner and remove some kind of harshness from it. So that is what I did. So let's take a look at other plugins that I've added, which is our MB, which is a multi-band. So what I did with the multi-band was to like compress my mid-range. As you can see, I compressed my mid-range. Let's listen to it and see.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you,
so as you can see that our vocal is already sounding cool and already matching up to our beat already, and that is it. So I came to this place, I have to select this aspect and then compress it a little bit, cut it down a little bit, so that when there's a particular sound, when it comes, it's going to duck it down. And then I come to the high frequency also here. What I basically did here was to remove some kind of high frequency that is not actually needed, that is going to be sounding harsh to the ear. Let's listen to how it works.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I.
So you can see it ducking down by itself once the comes in, to just bring itself down.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile.
So that is what I did with our. This is what I basically did with our MB Pro from the fat filter. So next I added was the saturation plugin, which the de-esser. So I added the de-esser from Wave. So what I did here was to de-ess my vocals a little bit. So let's play through it as we de-ess.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You are everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down for you. Baby, do you know that I love you? For the bottom of my heart, yeah, I got you. That you make me feeling great, that I want you. Everything that you say, girl, I want you. Anything when you tell me, make me smile soon. I go on today for your loving. Baby girl, you are everything I want. I will give you everything I'm singing. Baby girl, you are the best. And I know that you know that I give you all. Baby, you the best.
So what I basically did with the de-esser was just remove some kind of S's out of the vocals, which I used the de-esser, and I have to put it about 15.6%, and that is what I basically did with the de-esser. So let's take a look at other plugin that we use, which is our R voice. This is R voice. So I use it as a compressor, as my last compressor, to like remove some kind of compress my vocals after everything. So let's listen to how it sounds.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You are everything I need. And
so basically that was what I did, like taking the gain all the way to about minus 43.8, and then compressing the gain to about minus 1.8. So that is what I did on this aspect. So what we are going to be doing next is to adding our delay to it. So I am sidechaining my delay to my vocal. So as you can see, I have to have a sidechain. I have to sidechain this to my vocal. So now what we are basically going to be doing is that we are going to be adding a delay to it, which is returning this off. For first, the delay I used in this vocal was a regular delay from FL Studio, and this is a delay 2. So what I did was to just bring down the high all the way to 0, and then the timing, set the timing to all the way to, I think my timing was set to the 4th step. I think this is I set this to 3 step. My timing was set to 3 step based on this, depending on this song. I hardly use the 3 step, but come to discover that my tempo was very low, so I needed the 3 step to like talk it up. So I just cut a little of the I just cut this using the cut to just cut, so that my vocals and the delay won't sound the same. So that's what I basically did with the delay. So let's listen to how it sounds with it.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You are everything.
So you can see that my delay mixer handle is going up and coming back, automating itself. So let me tell you what I basically did here was an automation I created just like this to like work on my beat. As you can see, this is the delay automation, this is delay volume. So I use it to like like bring my delay where it's supposed to be very high to where it's going to respond. So let's listen to what happens here.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile.
So you can look, so when you look at the high aspect of all these things, is that you notice that they are very high. Some are high, some are short, some are just on the normal volume. So that's the place I wanted my delay to be very high. So that is the reason why you see that when it goes high, my mixer handle just goes up by itself and control itself without me walking through it. So let's see.
Take me to the other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. But you know that.
So you can see the way it goes up and comes down. So what I basically did here was to like, okay, highlight the particular place I wanted my delay to be present, or if it is all for me, I use the automation for all of the video, from the start of the video down to the end of the song, as you can see. So that is what I did. So if you want to do your automation, is to just to right click on this. What you basically have to do is to go to your channel, right click on this place. When you right click, you see create an automation. Once you click on the create an automation, you will see that there will be you see that there will be automation created. So I don't want to scatter down this work, but let's just use another aspect of this to do what we are talking about. So I'm going to be highlighting this place. I only want to create an automation on this place, so we are going to be using this, and right click on this place and create an automation. Now you can see we created another automation here. As you can see in this project, we have another automation created, and then I want to like, okay, bring it down a little bit. So I'm going to right click, bring this down like this, and then so when I'm doing this, I'm going to be playing through, and then so this is one of the boringest part of music that I really hate. I don't really like doing this because it takes so much time to do it, but let's have some kind of, yeah. So I just do it this way to like, okay, get rid of some kind of let my delay to be present in every particular place I want it to be present. So that is what I basically did. So let's undo this and go back to our work, go back to what we are doing before. So let's go back to our delay. So here we have the delay, and then that is what I did. So the last thing I did was to add a limiter to it. This is a regular limiter we use, so I add a limiter to it, like not to make my delay to be very spread, and I have to sidechain this delay to this, which is about sidechain to my main vocal. I've talked about this in one of my tutorial, so if you have been following me, I think this is not new, but for the sake of the beginners, you're still going to keep it cool and straightforward for this. So let's go down to, that is what I did with this. So let's play through it and see how it sounds.
Today, other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. But you know that got your love, baby girl, I got you. You're everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down for you. Baby, do you know that I love you?
So our next plugin that we are going to be adding to this is an EQ. So I added an EQ to this, and then I decided to like take up the sign of low aspect and also the high frequency. I talk it down a little bit, talk this down a little bit to give it another sounding form of sound, and it's sounding this way.
Today, other side, I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. But you know that got your love, baby girl, I got you. You're everything.
So you can see, if you can pay attention to our delay at the background there, you can see that it's sounding different from the vocal, and it's sounding arranged, and using the automation and everything is going very, very fine, which I like so much. So without no much wasting of time, let's go down to our reverb. So let's see what we did with the reverb. So first of all, one of the reverb I used was the Fat Filter Pro R, but seriously, the reverb wasn't giving me what I want. Basically, I don't know why, but the reverb just stopped working. Like what I was expecting doesn't work for this particular style of music, so I have to forget about it. So I went down to this. I used other reverb and used many other reverb, and it wasn't working. So I have to go down to this Magic, and I discover that, whoa, I think this reverb on FL Studio is a very nice reverb, and seriously, it performed a lot for me. And I was like, oh my god, I think I found the secret to this new reverb. This is a Lux reverb, and this is on the FL Studio 21, and I think it's a new one, and it's good. Ever since I got my FL Studio 21, it has this reverb. It's nice. I think this is the third time I'm using it in my mix for songs. So let's take a listen to how it sounds with it, and let's see how it can. Let me turn off this and see how it sounds.
Today, oh, that's that I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You are everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down for you. Baby, do you know that I love you? For the bottom of my heart, yeah, I got you. That you make me feeling great, that I want you. Everything that you say, girl, I want you. Anything when you tell me, make me smile soon. I go on today for your love.
So what I basically did with the reverb is that I just threw it in, and then I decided to bring down my dry because it's a send. I bring it down this way, and that is all. I didn't touch anything concerning the reverb anymore. All I touched next was my pre-delay, which I set to 19.7, and I didn't touch anything. All I just did now was to, like, okay, play through my volume aspect of the reverb here, which I'm not going to be touching for now. I added another second reverb to it, which is the Valhalla Vintage Reverb, because I first used the Valhalla Vintage Reverb. It wasn't working for me, so I used this. So I was like, okay, what if I combine the two together to make it not to be too harsh and all those things. So I selected the smooth plate, put my pre-delay to about 68.9, and then my decay to 1.6, and set my mood to smooth plate, which I talked about earlier. So, and everything was just good that way. I have to add an EQ to it, which I use the EQ to take up some kind of low end and some kind of stuff sound I don't really like here. That was what I did, and let's play through it while we bring down the volume of the reverb.
Today, oh, that's that I got you. Cause you everything I want. Anytime I see you, I smile. Oh, but you know that I got your love, baby girl, I got you. You are everything I need. Anytime I see you, baby girl, I'm down for you. Baby, do you know that I love you? For the bottom of my heart, yeah, I got you. That you make me feeling great, that I want you. Everything that you say, that I want you. Anything when you tell me, make me smile soon. I go on today for your love. Baby girl, you are everything I want. I will give you everything I'm singing. Baby girl, you are the best. And I know that you know that I give you all. Baby, you the best. And I know, do you know that you make me feel so great? Baby, do you know that I want you? Anything when you say, make me want you. I go give you love, baby, want you. Anything you say, girl, I want you. Baby, do you know that I want you? Anything when you say, make me want you. I go give you love that I want you. And you're my everything, girl, I want you. My baby, my señorita, my baby mentor. She give me fire, now she be my ginger. Anytime she come through, she give me loving.
So that is our final mix, and that is all we did on this mix, and that is what we did to achieve this particular mix, which is sounding very nice. And if that is all we did that makes us to achieve that kind of sound, so if you're a bit confused and you really want to know more about this, I think you should drop a comment below and suggest for your kind of video that you want, and I'm going to be making a video for that. And that's all I have to say concerning this. And for the virtual mix rack, it's also on also. So for the sake of the beginners, I am sorry if I am being too rushy on this, but for the sake of those who are not beginners, I know they're definitely going to be understanding everything I am doing, and I'm going to be putting much tutorial for the beginners. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.